Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing my unboxing for the Master Grade Gundam Age-1 Titus. Now before I get into this, I just want to say that I'm going to be doing the unboxing now, but I won't be doing a review of this, I think probably anytime soon, possibly later on down the line, but not right after this video like I normally do, how I usually just have the unboxing followed immediately by the review. For this one, I'm not going to be able to review it right away. I know it because I actually bought this kit as a gift for my friend. As some of you guys know, my good friend Alex was recently at the hospital, and this is a kit that he's wanted for a really long time, I know, and it's not really the easiest kit to find here in Korea for some reason, so he hasn't been able to find it, and I finally ended up just ordering it from Japan as a gift for him. So just got it off Amazon Japan. Had a huge mishap with actually trying to get it. For whatever reason, I don't know, it was delivered and then sent back to Japan for some reason, and then I had to order it again from a different seller. Anyway, it was very complicated. So I wanted it to be delivered to him while he was at the hospital, but sadly well, I guess it's not sad that he's out of the hospital now, it's good, but sadly it's just going to be delivered just normally. Anyway, so I am going to unbox it first before I send it. I'm sure he's not going to mind. Actually, if I just sent it first, he would probably end up giving it back to me to unbox for you guys before he built it anyway. So he's very generous like that, and always trying to contribute to my channel and the content for you guys. So I hope you feel as thankful as I do for that. So anyway, he's a good friend, so this is going to be going to him after this. So let's just go ahead and take a look at the box here. We can see very nice box art there on the front. The design, I don't know, personally it's got, yeah, it's okay, I don't know. I don't really know personally how I feel about it too much, honestly. It's interesting. So let's take a look here at the bottom. The top and the bottom are going to be the same like this, just the cover art repeated there. If we go around to this side here, we're going to see some more images and gimmicks of the kit. You can see some of the design here. I do know, from what I've heard, I haven't built any Master Grade Age kits, but from what I've heard, the quality of them is really quite nice, so I will have to do that one day. I would really like to get a Age-1 Sparrow, so I don't know, it's on my to-do list. Here we can see some of those cool effect parts that it's got there on the wrists, and then here's just a bit about the cockpit, as well as the front and rear view of the mobile suit just standing there all nicely painted up. On the other side, some more pictures of the hand part. It looks like we've got some pretty cool, huge, giant hands there. Shoulder gimmick looks to be really nice. This is probably the thing that I don't really understand about the kit the most, is, or don't really particularly like, is these beam effect parts coming out of the shoulders and the knees. Not really for me, but it's interesting. I like the look of the mobile suit, I think, the Gundam itself, but those things are a little bit too odd for my personal taste. But anyway, to each their own, right? So, and then here we've got what the kit is going to look like without any paint. It's looking pretty nice there, just out of the box with the effect parts. And then we've got some stickers, and it looks like foil stickers, and then dry transfers as well. So that's pretty cool. We do have a bit here about the marking, so I believe this is going to be coming with some dry transfers as well. 3,500 yen for the price, I think, is pretty good. It's a very good price for a Master Grade, I think, when you compare that to something like the recently released Amazing Red Warrior, which was like pushing almost to 5,000 yen. I think this is a very fair price for that. Comparable to what the RG 00 Riser was, 3,500 yen, I think the same price, wasn't it? So here's our instruction booklet, but let's come back to that here momentarily. Just go through the bags of parts. Here's the first bag, just the blue parts. I am sure some of these runners are going to be labeled just like Age-1, something like that. So there's a couple, there's some of our huge hands there. They are looking very huge. Our red parts, our gray parts, a bunch of parts looking like probably for the inner frame, some white and yellow parts here, some clear green and more red parts in there, And then there's all of our effect parts as well as stickers and dry transfers as well. And I think that's pretty much it. So let's see what else we had in here. There is a little flyer here with a cool picture of the Age. I think this is maybe about the manga, it looks like. So that's that. And then we have our instruction manual here. So here we got Gundam Age-1 Titus. The box art again repeated there. On the back, really nice big picture here. I like how there's not even like a frame around here. It's just a big white sheet. Big nice picture of the kit there, all painted up, looking really good there. I think it's definitely a very unique and appealing looking mobile suit. It's probably not for everyone, but it does have a very unique and interesting design, I think. So going through the Master Grade manual, they're nice because they have a lot of nice, cool illustrations and information there. Obviously, of course, more if you can read Japanese. Some pretty cool illustrations here, and then of the enemy suits. I couldn't name them because I haven't watched the series and I really don't know too much about the Age series in general, to be honest. And then here is how to apply the dry transfers, and then how to cut out the parts if you don't know how to do that. And here we have our parts list. So just going through, it looks like not going to be a whole lot of X's here. Going to be using pretty much everything except for 2 of the polycaps, so that's pretty cool. And then let's get into the construction. So it's going to start off with the body first, the body unit there, going through that, and then onto the head unit. And then that's pretty short, so then onto the arms. So we're building the arms, then we get to our center page where we've got nice big pictures there, like CG images of the kit. Kind of photoshopped to look really cool there. Painting guide for the Gundam, and then a painting guide for the pilot figure as well. The seated one and the standing one is there as well there. A 1-point technique here about just panel lining. Obviously panel lining is going to help bring out a lot of those details, especially in the white areas. And then on this side, we've got just some more pictures, basically kind of the same stuff we saw on the outside of the box, just some illustrations as well as some details about the gimmicks and effect parts and all of that. So looking good, looking cool. We're continuing on with the arms then. Quite a lot going on in the arms, it seems like. Pretty long construction there. Then putting the upper body all together. Then moving into the waist unit, we've got there, and then fold this page out. We've got our leg construction, so the leg unit, we're going to be building the leg. Looks like the feet doubled, but then I believe the left leg and right leg separately. Looks like the right leg first, followed by the left leg. We come back to the completion, putting the upper body onto the waist, and then the legs and the arms all together. And then just a little bit about the posing there. No weapons with this kit other than the beam effect parts, so that's pretty much going to be it for that. How to kind of swing that, how to mount it on an action base, and how to open the cockpit hatch. Then our last page here, I believe, is probably just going to be about mounting those beam effect parts here. So there is a certain way you need to pay attention to how you plug those in. Then the ring parts that are going to go on the forearm, you just need to take the forearm off, plug that in, then put it back together. Pretty simple there. And then I guess this is just how to maybe keep these. If you're not using them, you can keep them on the runner piece. So you're going to want to keep that runner piece in the center, and then you can keep those attached onto there so you don't lose any. That's pretty cool. Here's showing you how to, or where to put all the seals and all the markings, everything on there, on the mobile suit, on the Gundam. So that's it. Let's go ahead and take a closer look now at all of the runners. Alright, first thing is our foil stickers. We have 2 different things of foil stickers. Actually, the first one is just kind of normal foil stickers there for the eye and the head camera, and then I believe that other square kind of teal colored one is for the back of the head, I believe. And then this other one is a little bit different in that it's much more kind of flexible. I think it's a slightly different material. These ones are going to be going, I think, maybe behind the clear parts, I believe, or something like that. I'm not quite sure without looking more closely at the manual, but kind of interesting that we have those separate as well. Then we have our kind of marking seal stickers. So pretty cool stickers here. It looks like we've got quite a different range of colors and markings here. We've got red, yellow, black, white, and then a lot of really cool markings there, so pretty cool stuff if you can use stickers anyway. If you can stand using stickers, I should say. And then our dry transfer decals, here's what those are going to look like. Some pretty nice dry transfers here. A lot of those are just like really tiny little white squares. Those are going to be a pain to actually put all of those on, but again, if you can bear it, then those are there for you to use as well. And for our polycaps, we've got runner PC207, pretty large polycap sheet here, and we are going to be using all of these except for 2, so it's going to be a relatively polycap heavy master grade in this case. Our A runner is pretty small, and like our first few runners, they're all really quite small, remarkably. This one is going to be, of course, our blue parts. If we take a closer look, you can see that this runner is going to be marked MG 1/100 scale Gundam Age-1, so it's not specific to the Titan. These are just going to be parts, or Titus, I should say. These are going to be just standard Age-1 parts here. Runner B is a tiny little red runner with just 3 parts here, and again, this is just going to be marked Gundam Age-1. Runner C is another tiny little runner, and it's also again marked Gundam Age-1 with just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yellow parts on here. The yellow is not a really straight yellow. It does seem to be a little bit of a hint of a slightly different, kind of a little bit more orangish yellow, slightly, but anyway, there's that. Runner D is going to be our clear green runner with just 1 part there for the chest piece, as well as 1 piece for the head as well. Again, just marked Gundam Age-1 for this, so nothing new yet. Runner E is going to be 1 more small little runner, and it's also going to be Gundam Age-1 again here, as we've got parts for, looks like, the head and some few different parts here for the body, as well as our seated and standing pilot figures. Let me give you a closer up look at those. Pretty nice detail there of the pilot. Now for runner F, we're finally getting into a larger sized runner, something more typical for a master grade, as we've got our inner frame here. The runner is still marked Gundam Age-1, so the inner frame is of course going to be mostly the same, I would imagine, as just the standard Age-1 Gundam here. Age-1 normal, that is, in that case. But here's all of our inner frame, as well as you can see parts for the torso, the waist, inside the head, inside the backpack, as well as the cockpit parts and all of that. Here in red, we've got runner G1 as well as runner G2, which is this section here. They just split up this very large runner into 2 different parts, G1 and G2. These are obviously going to be all of our red parts for the Titus, and these runners are marked specifically for the Titus, so these are the first ones that specifically say MG100 Gundam Age-1 Titus there. So these are our first new parts. Runner H, interestingly, is back to a small white runner, and here you can see we have new pilot figures, seated and standing, so you are going to have an extra set. I didn't notice that until just now. So I guess the pilot figures that I showed you before are not specific for the Titus. Those are just the Age-1 normal pilot figures. This time it's holding a helmet, so a little bit different here. So you will have some extra pilot figures. I believe that might just be optional because they weren't X'd out in the manual, so if they aren't X'd out in the manual, then that means that they're optional parts. So maybe you just have the option of which one you want to put in the pilot, the one that's wearing a helmet and one that's not wearing a helmet. Again, this runner is new, so these are the ones that are definitely specific for the Titus here. Runner I is back to a very large runner again in gray for our inner frame parts. These are going to be inner frame parts that are now specific for the Titus. A lot of really great detail on there, and looks pretty nice. And then runner J is basically going to be the exact same story again, just more inner frame parts new that are specific for the Titus here. Still just all in this gray, nice detail and all of that. Runner K is going to be our clear pink effect parts here. As we can see, a lot of these nice little effect parts on there. And then at the bottom we can see there's that piece that we're supposed to use as basically storage for all these little guys. If we're not using them, you can just cut out or snap out this piece here on the bottom and then plug all those into into there as a way to store those when you're not using them. So pretty cool and nice that Bandai kind of built that into the runner there. And finally, this runner, which is a little bit strange for me, and I'll explain why. It is MP2, so I guess that would be standing for Manipulator 2, and as we can see, it's mostly all of our hand parts here. And if we look at the marking on it, it just says MG 1/100 scale Gundam Age. So these hands are very, very large, and I would think that these would be specific for the Titus, but the fact that the runner is not marked specifically for the Titus, it just says Age, that makes me think that these hands are meant to be used for the other Age kits as well. But as far as I know, the other Age kits don't have such huge hands like this, and these hands are big. So I'm not too sure about that. If you guys know, maybe let me know if these hands are used for another Age kit. As far as I know, these are only used for this kit, so that's a little bit odd. Maybe with the normal Age kits, they just come with MP1 and then the same marking, Gundam Age. So I don't know, it's a little bit odd that this one is labeled that way and not labeled just Age-1 Titus. So I don't know, kind of interesting. But we do see we've got some nice options here for the hands. Closed fist, just like straight fingers, and then like these open fingers as well. And nice detail on there. They look really, really nice hands, I'd say. And definitely just like the shape and construction of them are quite unique as well. So pretty cool. And that's it for all the runners. So that's going to be it for unboxing the Master Grade Age-1 Titus. Looks like a really cool kit, and I hope Alex is going to enjoy building this. Once he's done building it, I don't know, he might give it back to me to review for you guys, but until that time, this is going to be the last we're seeing of this kit for a while. If you do want to see the review of that, leave a comment below and maybe let Alex know that you want to see that. So maybe he'll bump it up in his queue and snap it up for us, and then give it back to me later to review for you guys. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, if you have any other questions or anything, you can always leave those down below as well. Otherwise, just thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.